Okay, welcome to the video. Today is a recovery day, so we are here to talk a bit about recovery. And what I want to talk about are three things you can do apart from what we already talked about. If you remember the videos we had on recovery day, first one was in general what your lifestyle choices and what things in your daily life you can do to boost your recovery. I think it's the most important thing as it has a very good effect because it's what you do all day. There is uh, so much power in getting good habits, sticking to them, and just doing it to improve sleeping, nutrition, quiet in your life, and overall happiness. So I think that's the most important. That's why I had it first. And then last week we had a mobility stretching demo. You can, of course, add your own exercises for your own parts you want to work at, for muscles that probably need more recovery, that you can feel more, that feel more sore maybe, or something like that. So that is highly individual and customizable, and you should do that. But that is a good idea on rest days and also on some working days in the end, or in the evening, or in the morning, whatever you prefer. And today is like the last piece of this puzzle where we add a few things you can do. Some of them you can do pretty often, some of them are more of a thing you have to try out and feel for yourself how much of it is really beneficial to you. And these three things, the first thing is probably the one I use least, is foam rolling. There are coaches or therapists that say it has great benefits, and there are those that almost never use it. And I think it depends a lot on how you respond to it. It is a form of massage, and I wouldn't say, and most people wouldn't say massages are bad, because passively someone working into your tissues and into your muscles, tendons, can really lower the stress in those body parts. And foam rolling is kind of a self-massage, an easy thing you can do always for a short amount of time. You don't have to use foam rollers. You could use tennis balls under your foot and lacrosse balls or other things, massage balls that you have. The options are endless, and you have to find for yourself what body parts feel this type of recovery bonus exercise and what parts don't, and if you feel it at all. I know some people who really love it and they enjoy doing it, and I would say that is a good bottom line. Do you enjoy foam rolling, massaging, working through the tissues on your own? Then it's probably a good thing for you. And if it's not, then yeah, just do something else. Which brings me to the second thing, and that are any type of cold therapy. And there are a lot of options you can do. And this is also something that a lot of people do with great benefits, and some people say they just don't enjoy it. And with cold, it's probably not as much about enjoyment. I think the science behind it and the data is telling you that it is beneficial, but you have to get through that wall of discomfort, getting out of your comfort zone and just doing it, and probably not to overdo it in the first place, and to slowly, gradually increase the therapy overall. When you do cold therapy, an easy way to do is just to do cold showers. You don't have to buy ice cubes and get an ice bath for the first time. It's just in countries where you have access to cold water, just in the morning or during the day or after practice, just get under your shower, press that thing down to cold, as cold as possible, and just be there for maybe 10 or 15 seconds for your first time. Or even do your regular shower, and then in the end, when you're finished with your shower, warm, then you slowly go down to the coldest temperature, and then you stay there for a few seconds. And then week by week, you can increase that to maybe half a minute or a minute or 3 minutes, depending on your personal feeling with it. How much can you tolerate while still being out of your comfort zone, but still making progress and not like overdo it. Another thing you can do is when it's winter out there, and where I live in Germany, there is winter now starting slowly, gradually, but it's getting cold. And what you can do is just run outside a little bit with less clothes. You could do it with a t-shirt. You could do it with shorts. You could do it topless without a shirt. But with that, it's the same. Be aware of your personal feelings. Do not overdo it. If you know you are not that comfortable with cold therapy, start slowly, maybe by walking and just for a few minutes, and then come back inside. And of course, there are a lot of other things like cold cryotherapy things and ice baths that I said, and there are a lot of other options. And the last thing I want to tell you is something that I experienced most of those three, and it's probably my main thing for recovery out of this, let's say, special toolkit, and that are breathing techniques. I know a lot of people that want to meditate, but it's insanely hard for them, and building the habit of meditation is one of the hardest to do. It takes weeks, if not months or years, to really implement it into your daily life. When you break it down to the easiest way of meditation, it is just sitting there focusing on your breathing. And doing that is something I do for a few years, but I was always on and off. But in the past few months, I definitely did it almost every day. And it's such a great feeling to have different breathing techniques you can choose from on the internet or somewhere else. Read books about it. There are a lot of options regarding breathing techniques. Find something that works for you and try it out. Sometimes it's just a few minutes a day. I normally spend about 10 to 15 minutes every day with different breathing exercises. And that is so good. Every day that I do it, I feel much better after. I prefer to do it in the morning. Some people prefer to do it before workouts or before work or in the evening before you go to bed. Try everything out, find what works best for you, and then stick to it. Tomorrow, next workout.